If your first stage is the steel poppers and you're shooting and you're hitting, but they're not falling, what does the rules say that you do?
I re-engage it until it falls.
That's practical. I got a question to ask you.
Okay, that's it.
You start your stage with steel poppers. You heard me say this already on the live. And you're
Yeah,
shooting.
sometimes.
Okay. And you're shooting at it and it does not fall. What can you do?
You shoot it again.
Okay. You keep going. Shoot it again until it what?
Until it falls. I mean, sometimes you have to reset the stage. Somebody sat it too heavy.
You were in the military, just like
I'm still
maybe not
in the military. Yes, I'm here right now.
I know you remember boot camp, right? All that great stuff. When the targets hit, what do they do?
Well,
when the targets get hit, what do
fall,
they do?
yes. Some fall, yes.
Some fall. Well, if you hit them,
correct,
they pretty much fall, right?
Correct.
Okay. So what's the United States military's reasoning behind them falling?
Well, I would disagree with it, but I know where you're going with this. But that is implying that if you shoot a target one time, that it falls, which time and time again has proved.
BS, right? We know that, right?
Time and time again, that is proved that is absolutely terrible, and that's a training style.
I agree, right?
You said the target falling is the target not falling is what makes it impractical, but the practical purpose is the hard skills and the fundamentals of shooting.
So if you're in this scenario, let's throw that out the way. You're in this stage, and you've got steel poppers or whatever steel targets or steel things that you have, and they're meant to fall. If you're shooting at them and they don't fall, what do you do?
I get what you're saying. You keep shooting, but again, the target
keep
falling
shooting until what?
Until you see. I mean, I get what you're saying. You want to keep shooting until the target falls. I get that.
Okay. And so, if in fact you do that in a match and it doesn't fall, what's next? What do we do?
I get your point, but what I'm saying is that you're missing the point of what I'm trying to say.
I get your point.
So you were like, how is it practical if the target doesn't fall? I'm trying to explain to you what actually makes it practical.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
I mean,
and here's this. Much to your point about being the first one out to get the gun out. And then you said, well, the context doesn't matter. Yes, that mindset is what got Chicago police officer Ariana Preston killed. I don't know if you know the scenario or the circumstance, but I'll tell you. Chicago police officer Ariana Preston, black female, lives on the south side of Chicago, just got off work. She was approaching her place, and 3 female blacks got out of the car in an attempt to carjack her. Do you know what got her killed? Her training. Why? Because all they trained was pull point press, pull point aim press, pull point press, habits, pull point press, pull point press. What about quickly assessing that you're outnumbered? Pause. Let them have it. See, y'all want to talk about being the fastest one to get the gun, but you don't teach practical. You don't teach reality. No. Let's go to a real world situation where you're a concealed carrier. You're a defender.
All right. So you and we're both in a scenario where we are presented with a situation that we've already assessed the situation, right? Still has nothing to do with shooting. We've already assessed the situation. We've both made the decision.
I'm gonna need you to give me a better. No. I'm gonna need you to give me a better scenario because civilians. A percentage of civilians are not assessing like they need to.
I know. Hold on. The assessing ultimately is not going to matter. You and I are in a situation, right, where we've already consciously made the decision. Hey, we're going to draw our firearm.
So we had a conversation. Hey, buddy, you ready? We're going to draw our firearm. Think this again. Go ahead. Give me a scenario.
Usually that conversation goes, fuck you, no, fuck you, I'm going to fuck you up, I'm going to fuck you up. That's not how you just phrase it is very fallacious in the sense that you said it's like we had a conversation. You always have conversations you get in people fights with.
You're the police. No. Create this scenario and let's talk about it. Go.
All right.
You need a scenario to justify your actions.
Hold on.
I will. It's a beautiful day outside. sun's shining, right? I'm loading groceries in the back of my gorgeous Honda Accord. Like, Mike, I don't think it matters. It really doesn't matter. We're in a situation where you and I,
good. Don't stop.
everything before the shooting piece doesn't matter. My point is, we've made the conscious decision. We're in a scenario where.
Give me your shit. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Give me your shit.
Wait, let me finish. Let me finish.
Wait. No. I just introduced a scenario. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Come on now.
If
you talking
already,
shit, you talking to me.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
All right.
Hold on. We in Compton. We in South Central. Shut the fuck up, bitch. What you gonna do? Give me your shit.
I'm like, so
what you gonna do?
this is where you're wanting
that guy.
Well, hold on.
In South Central, I kicked the dude in the chest. I laid his ass out, and then I took his ass to jail.
No, what he's wanting me to tell him though is, oh, I'm going to try to draw my gun fast so you can shoot. No. That's not it. That's not it. No, if I have a gun pointed in my face, you think I'm going to try to go for my gun that's concealed? Come on.
Ariana Preston did in Chicago.
Well,
okay,
cool.
She's not here, is she?
Cool.
She's not here, is she? She's not here, is she?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh my.
You're not understanding.
No, you're talking about everything before the shooting. You're not even talking about the shooting piece.
Lord Jesus.
This is where
Ariana Preston drew her gun when she was faced with 3 armed assailants.
Well,
what
then that
caused her to do that?
That wasn't probably. I don't know anything about that situation, so and I know nothing about her, but that probably wasn't the wisest decision.
As a woman, do you think she should have waited to see what those guys would have done to her? You don't think that she would have been attacked, kidnapped, or raped? You think she should have just hoped that a criminal would do the right thing? Do you hear what you're saying? You think a woman should allow?
Do you think?
No, I'm a cop that tells you to shoot the motherfucker committing a crime against you. So if you're gonna tell my wife, I don't want my wife to believe 4 criminals are gonna do the right thing and just take the car. No, I'm sorry, bro. Like you've convinced yourself.
Yeah, see, we're not even talking about shooting anymore. That's the problem.
We're not.
That's the problem. No, we're not. None of that had to do with shooting.
In most scenarios, do most attackers or most robbers shoot the person they're trying to rob, or do they just take their stuff and leave? In most scenarios,
you're trusting criminals to do what?
Answer the question, man. We're not talking about trusting criminals.
No, it's actually important. Drew asked you why the cardboards need to fall, and you said, well, I'm asking a question to assess.
FBI data. Just answer the question asked. If you don't know it, that's fine. But in most scenarios, are they just taking their stuff and they get to keep their life, or are they killing them most times? Answer the question.
I don't know.
I'm just going to... Mike, I'll appease you.
What's up, Bailey?
I'll appease you, Mike.
So here we go. You said that we're just gonna trust a criminal. No, don't trust a criminal. And that mindset right there is what got Ariana Preston killed, because you would be the type that would teach her to draw her pistol in that scenario, and that's what got her killed.
No, see, I disagree with you. Mike, if you and I went out to the range, I've never seen you shoot, so I'm not going to say I'm better or you're better or I'm worse or you're worse. I'm not going to say that. But if you and I went out to the range and you set up whatever scenario you wanted to on the range, I have a high level of confidence I could hang with you shooting through whatever scenario it is you create. Right now, some of my tactics may be off, because I don't know. I don't have that experience. But if we're just talking about training, it's a beautiful day outside. Sun's shining, right? I'm loading groceries in the back of my gorgeous Honda Accord. Like, Mike, I don't think it matters. It really doesn't matter. We're in a situation where you and I...
Good, don't stop.
Everything before the shooting piece doesn't matter. My point is, we've made the conscious decision. We're in a scenario where...
Give me your shit. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Give me your shit.
Wait, let me finish. Wait.
No. I just introduced a scenario. What are you going to do? Come on now.
If you
talking
already...
you talking to me.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
All right.
Hold on. We in Compton. We in South Central. Shut the fuck up, bitch. What you going to do? Give me your shit.
I'm like, so
that's what I'm saying. So hold on, Mike. Hold on. I want to finish here. All right. I have a question for you. Okay. You use the scenario of you got a gun in my face. No, I'm not going to reach for my gun. Okay. So I just answered you a scenario. No, I'm not going to go for my gun. What happens after that? I don't know. Okay. So I answered your question. Now, the scenario I'm talking about, right? The scenario itself doesn't care. It doesn't matter as much. But if you and I are in a situation where we draw our gun, right? Who's going to be able to effectively deliver rounds on target better? You or I? That's the shooting piece. That's the shooting. Everything before that, the scenarios you're creating, the decision making, like that has nothing to do with the act of shooting and actually be able to fire the gun.
That was a wise choice, sir, not to draw your firearm. But you want to look at the hard skill and not look at the scenario.
Okay, yeah, do you know that there is a separation between the two, right?
I've said that multiple times. They're not mutually dependent on each other.
Yeah, like like you don't have to draw. Like, first of all, if your default answer, and I'm not sure what you're insinuating, is that first of all, if you believe that if you train to do something you will be good at it, is a fallacy. How long have you been shooting? How well do you shoot?
I see why a lot of y'all end up on memorial walls.
No, I'm a cop that tells you to shoot the motherfucker committing a crime against you. Like, you don't have to draw. Like, first of all, I'm a cop that tells you to shoot the motherfucker committing a crime against you. Like, you don't have to draw. Like, first of all,
which is it? Do you have to shoot them or should you wait? He couldn't even decide. Flip-flopping.
Within regard to that, if you are not in the habit, and I can say those folks who were in the military or in law enforcement, depending upon what classes they've gone to, things like that, what experiences they've been exposed to, and stuff like that, they're able to differentiate the difference between this is USPSA, okay, regardless of the name, this is competition, I'm able to compartmentalize these certain subset of skills, but I know, just like Blaine said, just like he just said,
people believe that because you are a competitive shooter, that is how you would react in a gunfight, right? That seems to be the thought process. But in reality, just don't be an idiot in a gunfight, right? There are some things that are totally tactically unsound that would happen in a USPSA stage.
I'm sorry, say that last part. Say that last part you just said again.
I said there's some things that you do in a USPSA stage that would be totally tactically unsound in a gunfight.
I agree. There are things in the stages of USPSA that I know that are tactically unsound. He knows that because of his training and experience, so he's able to differentiate. But who do I teach? I teach regular old civilians who are able to join USPSA. And so, what, if anything, does USPSA do to drill in to those categories of people who don't have that operational experience, that though it is called practical, here is where it's practical, here is where it's impractical, and this is what you need to, in fact, must do to replace that, because it's not a good idea to just think shooting twice and moving on without any type of big picture change. Like Blaine also said, he said we're looking for a change in physical activity, what I call big picture change. If you don't get a big picture change, even with the steel poppers, and I'll land on this, I know I asked a lot of stuff, but with the steel poppers, if that's the first thing in your stage and you're shooting and missing, well, that's bad. But if you're shooting and hitting and it's still not going down, what do? You keep shooting until it goes down. And so, if it doesn't go down, what big picture change do you do? What, if anything, does USPSA do to differentiate to the lay person that this is practical in name only? These little things are practical, but the rest of this stuff, don't do that shit. Take Matt's class. Take Matt's others class. You see what I'm saying?